this is a hard question, partly because of these values, and it's kind of hard to mentally visualize them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine 1 and 2 together. And I often will do that in the exam where I suspect that it's E. And then I'll see if I can come up with an answer, a yes and a no, or I can't answer the question definitively, then I know it's E and I'm done. If both statements together are sufficient, then I have to examine each one alone. But this is sometimes you can save time with this approach. So I'll mark these. So 10 to the power minus 3, and then 10 to the minus 2. And then you also see 10 to the minus 4. And then the scale here, because this is 10 times that, and then this is again 10 times. So it's, 10 to the minus 1 would be here. So the question is this particle size closer to 10 to the minus 3 than 10 to the minus 2? So this would be, let's say, the halfway point. So we need to figure out, is it on this side or that side? Do we know that for sure? So let's start by incorporating both the statements, the information. The size of the particle closer to 10 to the minus 4 than it is to 10 to the minus 1. So if we look at the halfway point here, which would be their sum divided by 2, so this would be 0.5 times 10 to the minus 4 plus 0.5 times 10 to the minus 1. So it's going to be very close to 0.5 10 to the minus 1. This will add it just a little bit because this number is so small compared to that. So halfway point is going to be somewhere, let's say here. So what we know is that it is closer to 10 to the minus 4, which means it's in this region. That's what statement 1 is telling you. And then we'll do the same thing with statement 2. Size of the particle is closer to 10 to the minus 3 than 10 to the power minus 1. So that's 10 to the, and again, their halfway point is going to be 0.5 times 10 to the minus 1 plus 0.5 times 10 to the minus 3. And this one will be to the right of that because this piece is smaller than that. But so, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much, but we know that halfway point is going to be something like that. So statement 2 is telling us that it could be any one of these values. And statement 1 said these two. So when we combine these two, we know that the range, the common values are from here to here. So combining statements 1 and 2 tells us that the value could fall anywhere here. And then we go back to answer the question, is it closer to 10 to the minus 2? I know this is kind of getting messy. 10 to the minus 3. Well, in this region, you will see all of these values that I'm using. If it's here, then it's closer to 10 to the minus 2. If it's here, it's closer to 10 to the minus 3. So I have two different outcomes, meaning I don't have certainty to answer the question. So when I combine 1 and 2 directly, I get E. So this kind of saves you time dealing with each statement. I mean, it is confusing. Maybe there's another structure that is easier to see, but this is kind of what I did in the exam. And, you don't really have the luxury to be coming up with multiple approaches with these questions. You just don't have that time. So sometimes, whatever sticks, you kind of persist and then move on. So in this case, the answer is E.